you're an agent of change. That is exactly what you are. You can change your house. You can change yourself. You can alter your destiny by altering the thoughts of your heart. By having the right attitude. Taking life positively. Stopping to believe in handouts. And standing up for what God has made you to be. That fearful and a wonderful person. I was to preach, but I won't preach. But I was supposed to preach from the book of the single mother. There is a book called The Single Mother. How many people have their Bibles? So, but I'll read that book another day. But I will mention just one thing because time is gone. The book of Ruth in the Bible. I was so touched when Mom was giving a testimony. The book of Ruth as a picture of the plan of God for the single mom. A man with a vision called Elimelech took his wife and they left from Judah. They left Judah and they went to another place. They went to a land called Moab. And when they were there, Elimelech died. The wife was called Naomi. And we know the story of Naomi. Naomi lived as a single mom. She had two young men. She responsibly, with a lot of dedication, brought up 2 boys who grew up to become men. You remember the financial literacy that you taught about educating your children with 20 shillings? Unakumbuka hiyo? Yeah. That's exactly what Naomi did. With mega earnings. Are you getting the point? And then the 2 young men married. One, the first one, married a lady called Alpha. The second married a lady called Ruth. But the first son died and the second son died. Do you see that picture? So Naomi, husband died. And now, his 2 sons who had just gotten married, they also died. And so they left Naomi to take care of the stepdaughters. But Alpha decided she wanted to go back to her people. I won't tell you all the story, but Moab was a land which was full of prostitutes. It was actually a land. If you read the history of Israel, you realize Moab was full of prostitutes. And by the grace of God, the 2 sons of Naomi got ladies that were brought in a prostitution background, but who were not prostitutes themselves. But Alpha, because of the background and because of what she saw the future to be, she decided to remain back. And then Naomi decided to go back to her land. Because everything she had ilikuwa imekwisha. And so she went back. But Ruth decided, I will not be left back. I will follow you. So 2 widows left Moab to Judah. And when they got to Judah, people began celebrating that Naomi has come back. But Naomi told them, wait a minute, don't celebrate. I went full, but now I've come empty. So don't call me plenty, because that's what Naomi means. But call me Mara. Mara. That's where we got our name from. Mara. Mara means bitter. She said, I went full, but now I've come empty. And my life is full of bitterness. And she told them, call me Mara. And maybe you're here, you're feeling your life is full of bitterness like Naomi. And you feel like if we are to call you, the name you'd love us call you is Mara. And Naomi felt that's what a name should be. And with her was Ruth. Now the story is too long. I wish I had time to tell. But what I want to tell you is that Ruth, who was a widow, God had a plan for her, just as He has planned for all of us. Can you tap someone on their back and tell them God has a good plan? Tell someone God has a good plan for you. Now, Ruth began by collecting the sheaves of the wheat. She was collecting the dropouts. She was a nobody. People didn't regard her. But because God had a plan for her, she ended up getting married again. And you know what? Ruth, God used her to become the grandmother of the greatest king that Israel ever had. King David. You know King David? King David was the son of a man called Jesse, who was the son of a man called Obed, who was the son of Ruth. You get the point? That's how Ruth became the grandmother of David. And David became the ancestor of our Lord Jesus Christ. Are we together? When Jesus came, you remember the day He went to Jerusalem triumphantly? People did not call Him the Son of Mary. It was called the Son of David.